Afternoon world, welcome to Friday the 19th of June. Captain's log Stargate or Stardate? Stardate. Alright, yeah, Captain's log Stardate. Big turdy pullin'? Big turdy pullin'? I'm not listening to her. Some of you have been asking about our ducklings. Well, they're sunning themselves out here. We got 4 good, happy, healthy ones and 1 lame duck. So we're keeping an eye on them. Right, so a little bit of housekeeping before we kick off on the rest of today's video. So starting off with wishing Liam Scott many happy returns of the day. It was Liam's 13th birthday yesterday. Apparently he and the family have been following the channel for a while, and his dad drove all the way to us. Well, it would have been yesterday, it's actually tomorrow because I'm recording it today, and he's coming tomorrow, and it's Liam's birthday tomorrow. And well, anyway, so Andrew's driven all the way from sort of Cirencester to come down and pick up a load of stuff for his boy to take back and celebrate for his 13th birthday. So there you are, Liam. He didn't forget you. He actually made a special trip just for you, mate. So what else was I going to say? Other than really many happy returns of the day, and welcome to your teenage years, maybe your formative years. So listen to your dad, study well at school, you'll go far. Okay, so I'm going to wander off down to see cattle and sheep. It is very windy and gusty, so I've got my big furry thing on the camera which will hopefully take out most of the wind noise, not all. We let the sheep go into the bottom left hand field the other day after I topped it, just to give them a bit more grazing. And I was going to put a second strand on the electric fence to stop sheep going in with the cattle, but then I thought, well, actually if lambs or something stray in there, I don't want them getting stuck in there and chased up and down by the cattle. So it was a calculated risk of what we do, or what we did. So for the first day or so, they stayed completely segregated. Cattle on the right hand side, sheep on the left hand side, more than happy. This morning I thought, where's the sheep? And where's the cattle? Well, they were down in the right hand piece, all led down together. The cattle and the sheep, I actually think the sheep were using the cattle as windbreaks. So we don't normally tend to mix stock together. It's kind of not really the done thing, and it wasn't what we planned. We didn't think the sheep would really get that involved, but I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but they are all out in the right hand field destroying a piece of hedge, because let's face it, it's one of the few things that sheep are really good at, is destroying hedges. So, but there you go. Anyway, they're only going to be here for another week because next Saturday is shearing day. We had a choice of Friday or Saturday. I chose the Saturday simply because Abby can come and help. That is quite windy and it's rattling around my wickers. So yeah, I chose the Saturday so Abby can come and help. And the idea is we will get the sheep and the ewes, the lambs in. We will separate the ewes and take them up to where they're being shorn, bring them back, but instead of bringing them here, they're going to go straight to the other farm. we'll take us straight down there, basically come home, pick up the lambs and take them down too. Now we've been anticipating that for the last week that it's going to happen, so I have spent the last week weaning number 11 off the bottle, which is why you haven't seen him so much, because he's not been on the bottle. We wanted him on the creep. So it's now been day 3 since number 11 has had a bottle, and so we're going to go find him, make sure he's a-okay, and just check that everything down here is peaceful. There's no roaring around, there's no cattle out, there's no sheep out. Everything seems very peaceful. Early days, it could all change. Okay, so all my hedge munchers are over there, hedge munching, and the rest of them are over here. So I've got a lamb down there who's rolling. Now a lamb rolling could mean he's got a maggot, so we're gonna have to go and check that out. Can't see any patches on him, but we'll get a bit nearer. What's all the head shaking, mate? So it's a ewe lamb, obviously. Why are you rolling? Right, well, there's no staining, no discoloration, no smell, so it might just be exuberance. He was happy to be out here in the field. So cattle have spotted me, we're going to have a chat with them. Still haven't seen number 11 yet. So this is what we did with the topper. Literally we took all the dead top off the grass and left the short stuff, which I'm kind of hoping this bit of rain, it's going to help to green up. What we really need is a bit of nitrogen out here. Nitrogen will make it go green. Blooming rabbits. They like digging holes in the middle of the field. Sometimes they dig a breeding burrow that's like 2 foot deep just to have their kittens in, which the fox usually comes along, makes an even bigger hole, which you find with the tractor later on when you're just, you know, casually mind your own business, going up there and all of a sudden there's, yeah, those of you that know. Right, boys and girls. Yeah, I got away with it. So there's still plenty of food out here for them. Plenty. I was toying with separating everybody up and leaving this for the sheep, but I think the sheep are just busy with the hedge for a minute. Maybe we'll leave the sheep out here another day. Friday, Saturday tomorrow. Maybe Abby will want to come and give us a hand to separate them up. The sheep will eat the long grass, the cattle will eat the longer grass, and the sheep will come behind and tidy. But we're looking for number 11. I think I can see him. It's like being the Pied Piper, this is. I am the most interesting thing in the field right now. Nosy. You've heard of nosy cow? That's where it come from. They are curious, so if something new and interesting enters the field, it has to be investigated. And if it can be interesting and turn into a toy, even better. So right, that's number 11 at the back there. He's just heard my voice, so I'm gonna calm it down. He doesn't know I'm here. Wind's going that way, so he can't smell me, he just thinks he can hear me. I'm not going to get in here because I don't really want the cattle, you know, too close to the sheep. Hello, darling. Yeah, I've got Adam's number, don't worry, I'll give it you later, alright? One butts one up the arse, he shoots forward, makes me jump. Alright, darling, alright. No, you can't have that. You can't have that, you'll steam me lens up. No. Maybe lens hot. Or was it just the camera? Right, okay. Everything down here seems quite happy. So while I'm chatting away quite at the camera there, I noticed that one of our heifer calves has got an eye issue. Both of her eyes are bulging a little bit. So I don't know if it's a fly thing or she's picked up an infection, but her right eye is definitely swollen. So I don't know if you can see her in there, but it appears that both eyes are swollen and kind of she can't look forward properly. So I've just taken a photograph and sent it to our vets. So it looks like it's quite possible we're going to be getting them in to get her in and sort that out. So I never noticed it before, I've only just spotted it. So hopefully whatever it is has only just recently manifested itself, whether she's been poked in the eye or it's an allergic reaction, or as long as it's not New Forest or something nasty like that. But there you go, always something to do. Another vet bill. If I turn around and walk that way, you're going to follow me that way as well? Yeah, I thought so. Right, if I'm going to get some peace and quiet now, maybe. So, the channel. Those of you being with us for a while will know that I've been doing a daily upload. Something that I promised a couple of folks I would do when coronavirus hit and lockdown hit. I was asked if I do more regular stuff to help people, keep people entertained and up to speed, and which I've done. But of those of you who have your own channels will be aware it's quite a lot of work putting together half an hour's video, unless you're just doing it really simple, no editing, just shoot it, post it, whatever else. If you want to add a bit of music or if you want to clip to different things, it's time consuming. So I reckon most of my videos take 2 to 3 hours each editing. That's every day, plus the time to shoot it, set up cameras, muck about with stuff. Quite often you have to start a shot, move the camera to carry on, and then go through the motions again of doing something again. So it makes the work longer. It's time consuming. So it's getting to the point now where lockdown is easing. People have now got more freedom, they can get out more, they can socialise a bit more. World is hopefully starting to return back to normal. So I've got to now consider reducing the volume of my vlogs. I used to do 2 or 3 a week, and that was more than manageable. The other thing with doing the daily ones, it's quite hard sometimes to find something interesting to talk about. I mean, today so far all you've done is take a walk with me, look at some cows, and now we're walking back. It's too wet, I can't go haymaking, can't even make silage in this, it's too damp. So the farm stuff, pretty limited what I can do, you know, for a channel that's supposed to be dedicated mainly to agriculture. And the bloody phone. Hello, Abby.
You're on speaker with Bryony. How old is the heifer?
She will be, well, it's one of this year's. So she's only going to be 5 months, 4 or 5 months.
Try and get them in.
Yeah.
If you just give us a ring back and we'll pop up and have a look.
All right. Okay. I'll see what I can do.
Cool. If you struggle, I'll help you do it tomorrow. All right.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Dad.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So my photograph was not good enough to diagnose the issue with the calf, and they want me to get her in. This may turn interesting after all. Right, anyway, I was discussing the uploads. I might have to come back to that because now I've got my head full of something else. Basically, I'm thinking of stopping the daily upload and going back to 3 a week. So, what do you reckon? Right, everyone's a bit excited for a minute, so I think we'll just walk away for 10 minutes and let them calm down, especially him. Because I gotta get him out. Yeah, I know. I might actually have to let them all out to get him out. Bramwell's been on his own for a while with no female company. So, yeah. Could be interesting. Right. I've separated some of them. It didn't go too bad. Still got time for it all to go wrong yet though. Right. I couldn't video anything because I was by myself and I needed both my hands and my wits about me to sort this out. So this is the issue I spotted down the field. All right, darling, gently does it. There is certainly something not right with her eyes. Now I can't work out if it's the membrane above the top, but there's definitely some swelling there and I'm sure that's uncomfortable. She cannot look forward properly. She can't see what's right in front of her. So hopefully, he flies. Hopefully the veterinary are on their way and have a look and we'll get a diagnosis and a treatment. So I've left one more calf up with her just to keep her company because they do not like being separated from the herd. So I didn't want to put more than 2 in there. And I certainly don't want to put a cow in here because Bramble, because we brought them up, he's wound right up. So he's got old testosterone, you know, right up. So for now, the cows are back in the little paddock. They can stay there for an hour and hopefully it's a one-off treatment that we can give her and she can go back with her mum. Hopefully. He's not impressed.
Yeah, it does look like it's in her eye, isn't it?
Well,
yeah, so it is. Like it's growing in her eyeball. Do you want me to tighten it again?
Yeah, if you can.
Hang on, pull her up a little bit. If you can. So, my thought process so far. That is definitely called a deficiency again.
Yeah.
So
what, with the eye?
No, like the
hair
the
loss
circling around the
yeah.
ear. Especially because you've had it before. That's textbook again.
Yeah. But the other ones, ones weren't like this at a young age. But if you looked at the other ones we've got, the older ones from last year, that are about a year old, they are like grey like that, but all over their body.
Then you look at the one behind you, there's about a month's difference.
He's got nothing.
It just needs to be a couple of them.
Yeah.
So it's like you think if it was all of them, it'd be the diet.
Yeah.
But because it's a couple of them.
But I mean, they can have different genetic capacities of dealing with it as well. As in, like, certain livers will deal with it better.
Do you want to let the pressure off of her now, or?
Yeah. So she's got a super high temperature, really high heart rate.
Yeah.
Really high rest rate. She's scouring bright yellow. Her colour's not great either. She's quite pale.
Yeah, well, she's not a terribly fit looking calf.
I know you probably can't tell.
So you definitely think this has come up like really quickly?
I only noticed it today, and I look at them every day.
Yeah.
And something like that I would spot.
Yeah, you would spot. I don't think her eyesight's that good. So my first thought is I'm just a bit worried about toxicity. There's no plants or anything
that we don't allow ragwort or anything like that on the farm.
First thing Dad does whenever he puts them out in the field really is to check for ragwort, and you take them
Well,
straight out.
ragwort's not allowed on the farm.
Yeah.
No.
And you are good with plants.
I have a thing about ragwort and any toxic plants. So
Yeah. I mean, even bloody thistles are nothing really. You take them out as well.
I don't mind the odd sow thistle, but I won't allow ball thistles or spear thistles. So
Weird. So she's definitely going to need antibiotic.
Yep.
Because she's got a high temperature. I'm going to give her a steroid to try and bring down that inflammation in case there is any gut issues.
yeah.
And then I've got some. Have you got any multimin left over from last time?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's still
Oh.
good after. Because
Is it been opened? Oh, okay, yeah. I've got another bottle in my car, so
Okay.
I'm going to give her that just in case.
We have got Alamycin and Betamox LA here, if that is anything you're going to
You
give
got
her.
Alamycin and what?
And Betamox LA.
I'll give her Betamox. Yeah.
Okay.
If you got that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll probably use our own.
Do you want to go and get that? Yeah. Well, what's the point about getting another bottle?
Yeah, and we've also got Metacam as well, if that is anything, if you're going to give a story.
I think I might go steroid just in case there is something acute going on that's causing these blindness and things. I just want a bit more of an impact.
Alright.
It might not be a bad idea. Would it hurt to put a little bit of spot on her as well, keep the flies off of her?
Definitely.
Okay.
Because the flies around that are just going to drive her nuts.
Yeah.
Hold that, I'll go get...
I don't want to put that on yet till we've finished.
And I'll have a little think.
What?
And think if
The
there's
spot on, we'll
anything
put that on last.
Yeah, but if I go grab it and we've got everything here now while she's halted, that's going to be the best thing to do, isn't it?
Okay,
So
alright.
I'll go get the Betamox.
Yeah, run and grab the Betamox
Hello.
then.
Do you want me to grab... I've got special oil. Do you want... Have you got...
everything else in here. I was prepared.
Yeah, it slides-ish. It's been bent a few times. Yeah. Luckily you're slimmer than me because I can't do that. Well, she's not skipping about too much, so she isn't that lively, is she?
No, she's not seeing that well either.
I didn't bring any needles syringes because I presumed you'd have them.
Yeah,
How much do you want?
We reckon I dosed her for 120 just so she doesn't laugh.
No, I mean, as in give me meals. Don't give me her. Wait, I'm really bad at it. I'm really bad at it.
Come on, you know what the dose of Betamox LA is. It's 1 for 10.
1 for 10. What were you saying which was?
12.
120, so 12.
Thank you.
Ready? Hopped around then, didn't
You woke her up, didn't you? Oh right, she was asleep.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I don't think she can see that well, so I think
Probably
we
about
can see it coming.
It might be just as well, really.
Yeah. It's alright, Lila. It's alright. Making it better.
Oh, you're wearing me thick.
Go on. Do you reckon you can keep her in overnight and just check she's eating and drinking?
Yes, probably could, yeah.
Just because she is scouring a bit, so we want to make sure she's not dehydrated.
Okay. I could keep her in here
You
tonight.
can bottle her and carry on. Or do you reckon she'll just do it herself? If she's
Just give her a bucket of water, see how much she drinks. If she's not drinking enough, then tube her. The multimin's in there as well.
Alright, how much of that do you want? She's under...
She's under a year old, so give her 2 and a bit mil.
Pardon?
2 and a bit mil. You can put it in that syringe that I just chopped back in there. If you want.
It's where?
Oh, is it not there?
No.
Oh. Okay, and again, so I'm going to stab you accidentally.
Yeah, don't stab me. I don't think I need any copper.
They've got tough skin, haven't they? There we go, girl.
Right, can we release her?
See how she goes. Yep. Do you want to open it?
Yeah, she's got. Yeah, it's open.
Go on then.
Bless her.
You've got a bit of spot on me.
Yeah, there's something definitely wrong with her.
I've never seen one that's more at that age. Normally they look like him.
Yeah, that's normal for like he is. So.
She is teeny
tiny. Just sort of something else it might be is vitamin B deficiency, because then they can present with blindness and ill-thrift.
Okay.
Which would fit with that.
Now we treat for that.
You can get B1 injection.
Yes, you can. I'm just thinking I have any in my car. I might do. Let me see. If it is, it might be worth.
Just sticking another needle in her. Yeah. I won't bother with the holes next time. I'll just hold it.
Just trying to grab my brain to pull the tray up.
Hmm.
The thing is, if it is a B1 thing, though, maybe that's also why the multi-win didn't touch the old group.
Maybe.
Well, can I chuck a bit of that?
No, that ain't good enough for them. That's alright for the adults, that's not good enough for youngsters. So.
See, all the others bullshit, but I just
Well, we were just saying,
right,
the
so
last group,
yeah.
they had deficiency, but not until they were much bigger than this.
Yeah, so
when
we
we
go for
noticed.
copper deficiency. So clinical signs of copper deficiency are usually seen in young animals, usually manifests as disappointing growth rates. Deep pigmentation classically occurs around grey brown discoloration of the coat, especially around the eyes, giving a spectacle appearance. Can lead to thin, dry, sparse hair coat. And then it also says here, anemia can often can occur after prolonged or severe periods of deficiency, and cardiac hypertrophy leading to sudden death and increased heart rate. Hopefully not the sudden death part, but
yeah. So she's got the symptoms, hasn't she?
she has got all
So
the
it's
symptoms.
definitely a deficiency of some sort.
It's definitely a trace element. So then the other one I just thought of because of the
because of the actual eye itself.
because the blindness is vitamin B. But again, it's similar. So it's anorexia, weight loss, anemia. The skin becomes poor hair quality.
Because I was saying they look like they've got alopecia because they've gone so grey. It looks like someone's literally just stripped the coat, like down, and it's just spare, like kind of balding hair.
So I might give her some of this. The only thing I'm thinking of.
So is there like a vaccine or a bolus we can do for possibly mums and calves?
For copper?
Well, I mean, if there's...
I know you can for copper, but
it's a case of, is there something that, like, because we were just saying, at the right time of year, if we have got a deficiency on the ground, is there a part of the year we need to do the cows, and then a part of the year we need to do the calves after birth?
or do I put a mineral block out for it with a copper lick?
The only issue with that is you don't know how much of it they have.
No, you get a few pigs.
And if you're getting a full clinical clinical signs, it's quite severe. So I worked out the cheapest way of doing it. Actually, multi-min is quite cheap. Like when you think about it, and actually getting them all in and just injecting them, you know they've had that set dose, and they're not going to check. Like same with boluses and bunch.
The thing though is we multi-minned last year's calves, the bigger calves, in March, and they still have the discoloration around the eyes and still have the coat looking like it's been stripped. Like there's one out there, isn't there, that still looks really grey. Like,
Yeah, but how often can you give that?
what, B1?
No, the multi-mit.
Multi-mit. What, you just want to keep going with it and hope to God at some point it starts to build up?
Yeah, you can't do that.
Because I think there's only limited number of times you can do it.
Well, yeah,
Twice
and
a year
also
or
it's
something,
not a fixed...
They have, so multi-min have dosaging. So I know the dairy one, but they have a separate one for beef, like a strategic one to do it. But I don't know how to find out for you.
But it's a
they
case
have
of multi-milling them every single time over and over and over again isn't really a fix. Like a bolus that you do once a year for the cows during pregnancy to pass on. A bit like when we Heptivac, it's passing on that immunity and passing on that good stuff.
But the thing is, what's locking it up in the pasture? That's what I want to find out. Because
Yeah, so it's this. So this is what I was trying to explain it, but it's so complicated. It's probably easy if you just read it. But
I ain't got my glasses on, so I've got no hope.
okay, I'll read this. I'm going to summarise it.
Because quite often you need a one trace element to unlock another one.
So this is what this is.
Yeah, so you've got to have something that actually opens the door.
Mm.
So, because like arsenic, they can't live without arsenic.
Okay, this is interesting. So 90% of copper is through the diet.
Okay.
In contrast, calves and lambs suckling milk can absorb 90% through the milk. So if their cows are deficient, then the calves are going to be deficient.
Right.
Yeah.
So this might make more sense to you, to be honest. So it's basically sulfur, iron, and the one I can say, molybdenum. How would you say that? Molybdenum.
Well, I ain't got my glasses.
I'll say molly.
Yeah,
Okay,
molly.
we got you.
Molly.
So sulfur, iron, and molly antagonise, so block the copper absorption, basically. So the molly reacts with the sulfur in the rumen to form thiomoly,
Okay.
which irreversibly binds the copper and then stops it going through the rumen more, basically.
Okay.
So it's basically
So it's diet. So there's a problem with our
so it's
feed.
sulfur and molly, basically.
And then, so if it's feed, then mum's not getting the right, which mums aren't passing on to the calves.
So in that case, why don't I take...
So we need to take a sample really of the, I don't know, soil or feed, and then see if there's, because you can send that off, can't you?
Well, I'm just thinking whether I could always put the creep feeder down there and just give the calves an extra
Yeah, I know,
boost
but-
on the creep
Yeah,
feeder.
I would.
We can do that, but what I'm saying is it, we should probably literally, no point in the question, look at the root of the situation, and should we not send off a soil or a grass sample?
Well, the thing is the soil
It
sample.
says
Here
here, like,
and-
dietary copper levels are of no value to measure the amount of copper because it's the antagonising effect of the molly, sulfur and iron that are causing it. So you can feed them as much as you want, but if they're getting those antagonists, then they're not going to absorb any of it.
Right. So
So-
us giving boluses are not going to do anything unless we can fix the two other problems. Right.
So
Would it be worth doing a sample of the ground, both here and Itchington? Because it was
Well, it's
Itchington,
lush
they
in
went
Itchington.
in.
Well, the thing
Yeah,
is-
I know, but they went over there for the summer and they came back.
Yeah, but that wasn't the calves, that was the steers.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is they had it. And
What, the steers?
Yeah, last year's group. They're the grey ones. The cows I can't see an issue with. So we didn't know if it was...
No, last year's steers came back, they were perfect. And the heifers, they were all perfect.
It's not this group, it's the other group. This is the second
Yeah,
group.
but this is this year's calves.
Yeah.
Last year's calves were here with their mums. So what went to Itchington last year was the calves from the year before that.
Oh, so we need to test the ground here.
So it was here.
Do you think it is
So
worth
the only
doing that?
difference they had from here was last year they had the golf course, which they never had before. But the thing is, the golf course hasn't had
That
livestock.
wasn't added, not taken away.
Yeah, no, but they were out there for quite a while.
Oh,
but
right.
the thing is, that hasn't had livestock on it for 20, 30 years. So there's no reason why there should be a deficiency out there because it's not like it's been grazed out or
Unless
over
there's
it.
a spray thing going on. Were they spraying when
I
it
was
was a
about
golf
to say
course?
that
Yeah,
was
but that was 2 years before, so it would have anything they'd have sprayed on there would have been gone.
so any fertiliser or anything like that
There wasn't any.
contains sulfur or
Yeah,
molly.
there wasn't any. It was unfertilised. There was enough grass out there, didn't need it.
Yeah,
But
they
then- but
never
then-
had an issue with any
But then we had
problems
the
with
drought.
grains.
So we had a drought. Last summer was very dry.
It was dry last
The
summer.
summer before was worse.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if that changed either consistency or whatever the chemical of the soil, or even the gut. A lot of the grasses died because all the shallow rooted grasses died. So we were only left with stuff like the cocksfoot and the timothy, the deeper rooted grasses.
Right.
So whether they are a deficiency in that kind of thing.
So management wise, it basically says that the only way to go about it is injecting it, or you can get a bolus, which is slow release over a period of 2 to 3 months.
Do you know what bolus that would be? Would it be like an all trace or something?
I think we do have a copper bolus.
Is it all trace?
Yeah, there's an ultrasound, but I think there's another one as well next to it.
But do you bolus all of them, or do you just
Basically,
bolus the ones that look?
I would do all of them.
Yeah.
What, calves, cows?
You can get copper toxicity, but it's very rare, and you know you're on copper deficient. It's there, so you're not going to overdo it. all
It's just the
before.
fact of it's all good treating the issue, but we're not actually. I don't want to have to keep treating. Like, fix her, yes. But if next year's calves we have the same situation, we haven't actually fixed.
Well, the thing is, we can be a bit more prepared this year.
The thing is, though, if the cows are not deficient, then the calves will be sucking the milk from the mums that aren't. Then
Yeah.
will have the copper in, so then they won't be deficient.
So we never used to feed the cows
And
any
then if
supplements.
you keep all your replacements, do you, or do you sell them?
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
keep most
keep
of them. Yeah.
So then when they're then a year old, I would then just dose them and you do the adults.
Mm.
Oh, he's just being an umty.
Gonna go for a paddle.
By the time you're seeing clinical signs, as it says in here, like 70% of your, because the copper's stored in the liver, so it's got to take 70% of those stores to have gone before they start showing signs, so they're really severe by the time they're showing signs.
Right,
Okay.
okay. So basically, with bolusing, it's best to do them at a year old, really. So
And
every
keep the
year.
Yeah.
adults.
So we know
So,
we
you
know
know-
she's had a dose now, because none of this year's calves have had any of the
Multi-bin.
no, none of
No.
apart from her now.
Apart from her, yeah.
She's 63, so we know now.
Yeah.
So we could actually just dope the rest of ourselves.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, I've opened that bottle now, so you've got 28 days, you could use that bottle.
Okay. Well, we can
Yeah.
do that. So
So if we multi-min those ones now, would
Because
it be?
affects them at a young age. Like, although the adults aren't clinically looking like clinical signs, we should bolus them so that the calves.
Yeah, I was
don't
going to
get
say we'll inject these guys with the multi-min, but should we be then doing a bolus with the cows as well now, or waiting?
that'd be a bit
wait
later in the year,
wait
wouldn't it?
until they're like really heavy
Yeah.
heavy and calf.
So-
Obviously not too late because then you don't want to stress them out.
So
just
basically,
You want to sort of
what-
3 or 4 weeks before calving, really.
yeah.
So basically 3 or 4 weeks
releases
before
it over
calving.
3 months.
Right. Okay. So we now need to do it that as a
So
yearly
kind of maybe
plan.
like 2 months before calving.
Yeah. So it's a yearly plan now. 2 months before calving, they get bolused, and then we check the calves, and if there's any issues, we know. Like when they later on, when they hit this stage on, we know we need to multi-min them.
You ever bolused a cow?
No, and it doesn't look like fun in the slightest.
No.
The fact that it's probably a bugger with dairy cows, but we have these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, when they do that as well.
So then once you've got the calves, once they've weaned off mum, they probably have maybe give them like 4 or 5 months and then maybe go in with the multi-min or something like
So
that.
probably a year old, wouldn't it? So
Thing is that we get normal weather again and the grass comes good, we
Yeah.
might not need it. I'm sure a lot of this has got to do with those 2 years of drought.
So yeah, it's sulfur,
And moly.
iron and moly.
Yeah. So because when we fertilised these fields with 20-10-10, but no added sulphur. We didn't put any extra sulphur on.
So it may be a case of as soon as we stop seeing issues, we'll stop bolusing, but until that happens, when the weather starts.
Well,
to
it might be a
settle.
case of maybe
You
because
can blood test them to diagnose it.
yeah, because TB testing, we could do a couple of random tests, blood tests.
Yeah, so it
That's
says here
TB
how many to
testing.
do.
Well, our next TB test will be due August. Is that about right?
No, after calving on it.
Oh right. Okay.
So once they've calved,
Yeah.
then we'll have a couple, 3 months or so before we TB test. So you could actually
Yeah.
then take the bloods then
That
and
TB test is measure, see if they need, but
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Right.
to do a group of about 7.
So you could actually work that into a plan then. That, you know,
Yeah. Do it in TT1
Yeah,
and
that'd
then
be sensible.
go from there.
Yeah,
But
you haven't
from-
got to test all of them, but you could do like some random.
7.
Yeah.
it usually
Oh, is it?
says,
Right,
yeah.
there you go, 7.
So they're basically on. So tomorrow when I come down, multi-min. Yeah.
Yeah, if they'll come back in again.
Or at least
You've
or
got
Sunday.
No
I'm
rush,
down
you've
on
got
Sunday.
28 days.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm only thinking it's
You
the
just don't-
weekend.
Yeah.
In
Well, the only thing
evening
is, if
it's
we've
gonna
got to
be
keep her in, because they have got water in here, and I'll have to just see if I can catch her drinking, or I'll have to shut that off and put a bucket in there or something.
This is why we need cameras in here, both sides.
Are they on creep feed at the moment? Are they
No.
just on grass.
Just on grass. Yeah, but that's when I can put them on some creep.
Yeah.
I got a lovely big IAA creep feeder right there, which I can easily put some grub in.
Yeah.
So it does say here, because the issue is, like I was saying, if you've got the antagonists, then feeding it doesn't always work. Copper may be included in concentrate feed, although you need quite high levels, and sometimes for those high levels you need veterinary prescription.
Well, when we were looking at it, I think if I remember correctly, the feed we
Chelated
were
organic
getting was 3.75% copper,
Mm.
if I remember right. Which is that? I mean, with the stage we've got to now, that was last year when we were looking at copper, and it's happened again this year. I mean, is that a good level to stay at for copper?
I don't know, you
percentage?
without knowing exactly where they are.
Yeah. I didn't know if that
But
was quite like a
definitely
minimal.
giving them creep with some copper in would help.
Right.
Okay.
I can do that. I could do that. But you reckon keep her in tonight, keep an eye on her.
Just check, just especially because she's scouring really yellow as well, isn't she?
Yeah.
There's another one down there who's like grey.
poo's grey.
Things are when they poo
Well, unless
yellow.
that was her, I just saw some grey poo in there. So
It never always, because quite young calves poo yellow, but they must get to a point where it stops even when they're on mum.
yeah, well, she shouldn't be. That shouldn't be that colour now.
No.
She should be forming proper
I'm
stools.
a bit worried that she's quite severe, but we'll just have to see how she gets on. The other thing is, see her front legs are kind of
Bowed in.
Yeah.
bowed. That's one of the other signs in here. I had a
Yeah.
picture of it.
Very thin legged.
She is literally like clinical textbook copper, which means they must be pretty severe.
But yeah, because we dosed the older calves, but not the little calves. Because
Would
Would you
they
say
were
that
looking
she's the
fine.
smaller from the smaller heifer
From the
mum
small,
who
yeah.
suffered last year, or she wasn't?
She was just small. She's just always
She's
been
just
small.
a small
So
heifer.
maybe she's always had kind of a chronic
Maybe,
copper
yeah.
deficiency, and then that's why this one.
Yeah, maybe she's just unlucky.
But we
Because
didn't
you
do-
compare her to it, because most of the calves are like that one.
Yeah.
You know, big old things. And it might just be that her mother
Big old things. Hannah's like, big.
well, all right, in comparison then.
But it's like we didn't do the calves at the TB test at the beginning when we did the older ones.
Yeah.
Because, well, they didn't have any signs. So we didn't know if it was just that problem with that group. If there was an issue. But the fact it's passing on to this
It might be a
group as
case
well.
of for that young heifer, if I think I'm going to have an ongoing problem with her, I'll let her finish this calf off and I should just let her go. Just cut her out. Because sometimes there's more trouble than it's worth trying to put good money behind
Well,
bad.
unless you just bolus her next year and see how she goes to the next.
If it's a case of
calf.
just bolusing them, if the next calf isn't
Well, she's
bad,
only
she's not that old.
3.5, 4 years old.
Yeah.
But she is small compared to a lot of them.
Well, maybe we do this, and if her next calf is in the same situation, we'll know, because at the end of the day, she's still bringing in calves, and it's not due to the calf being weak in itself, it's the deficiency
In the mum.
that's already there.
I think that's where it's going back to. I think it's deficiency in her
Yeah.
her
If
mother.
it was just her that had the issue,
Well, I keep thinking deliveries. They're actually quite old, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah,
what I mean.
yeah. They're 6 months old.
I mean, they've just been weak. Oh no, wait, they're like 5 months.
Yeah, yeah. They're just not big cattle.
Okay.
I'm trying to convince her to do a second
This
herd
is
or
really
something.
expensive, whereas the Vit B complex is a lot cheaper. So, because I think it's copper and not this, I'll just drop the cheap one for you and just give that as I would give it just in case. But from reading this, I'm 100% this is probably copper.
Well, the fact that it's the last group and this group, it kind of puts towards that.
Evening, folks. It is still Friday the 19th of June. I'm in the office. I've only just managed to get my PC back on because our internet is still very slow, and Mrs. P decided to start a very, very large Windows update this morning, which has meant I'm late. I'm really late getting stuff done. It's a saving grace that tonight's video I made and completed yesterday. So I am partially now through doing tomorrow's. So to get that done, I have to start a day or so in advance just so I've got time to do it all. But while I'm waiting for stuff to sort of render and download and whatever else, I thought I'd mention this letter that I received day before yesterday. This letter is from, I'm assuming, a young lady by the name of Emma. And Emma is a member of a charity which she's asked me to mention to you, and I've had a quick look through it and I'm quite happy to do this. So I will read the letter briefly to you, so for those of you who are interested. So, hello Farmer P, I would be really grateful if you could read this out on a video, please. I volunteer for a charity called YANA, which stands for You Are Not Alone. It is a charity that supports the farming community with mental health, locally, with mental health, full stop, didn't see the full stop. Locally, YANA support Norfolk, Suffolk and Worcester, offering confidential support and counselling and providing mental health, first aid training and suicide prevention. YANA have recently produced new literature which they wish to spread nationally. I have included these. One is a national directory, which is this fellow here, and the other is a Tractor Fact suicide prevention card, which is this here. If you could help us in promoting these, we'd really appreciate this. As a charity, we have 17 counsellors working across Norfolk and Suffolk. We were able to fund 400 hours of counselling last year. We have also trained 100 agricultural professionals in the last 18 months to become mental health first aiders. After watching your video on YouTube the other day when you spoke about mental health, I realised that in video form this really doesn't get spoken about as much as it should. Yana has a Twitter account. It is at Yana Farming, and the website is yanahelp.org, all one word. If anyone would like to know more or would like a tractor facts card and directory, which are these, obviously contact them and they'll get that for you. I hope your summer goes well on the farm and we all get the weather we need. Thank you, Emma. So with her contact details there. So there you go, Emma. I said I would do it. I actually found this quite interesting because it doesn't just deal with Norfolk, Suffolk and whatever else. This has basically got helpline numbers for pretty much all the regions of this country. So there you go, yanahelp.org. There you go, and a little fact file for those who are in real trouble. Okay, there you go. So that's that. I'm going to hang on to that. That may come up in conversation again later on. I seem to have opened a little bit of a can of worms mentioning mental health, but you know what? If someone's got to do it, I'm quite happy to wave the flag and blow the trumpet if need be. Something else that has happened today, and I'll just aim that down a little bit for you, is I received a parcel which I have not opened yet. So I don't know what this is. I don't know who it's from. I just don't know. So I'm going to get in there. It's soft. I'm a bit nervous about using my knife, but never cut towards yourself, right? Intriguing. Blanket. This is tea cozy. There's chocolate in there, I can see that. So we have, I say, someone's been busy with a crochet needle by the looks of it. And some minstrels. I quite like minstrels actually. So I think so does Abby. So we'll be hiding those. And a note. You'll bear with me a second while I just check what this says. Dear Farmer P, just a wee letter to say thank you for the mug. I'm sure you paid for it, so thank you for buying the mug. Here is a wee gift to you and your grandchild. Crocheted with love, blanket and a crochet dishcloth for Mrs. P. Yours, Michelle and Alan. Thank you, folks. That's lovely. Thank you so much. So, look at that. Okay, that is lovely, and that, I'm sure Emma will love that. So that was, oh, right, smells nice. Thank you very, very much, Michelle and Alan. I will be sure to pass these bits on, and I'll be sure to keep those bits for me, unless of course Abby sees them. Right, I can go back in there. How lovely, someone actually took the time to make that. Right, excuse me, I'm going to go and show Mrs. P.